Hello. Welcome to our video on the top 10 wealthiest people in Kenya. The Kenyan economy has been on the rise in recent years, and with that growth comes a new generation of successful entrepreneurs and business leaders. In this video, we'll be counting down the wealthiest individuals in the country, taking a closer look at how they made their fortunes, and exploring their impact on the Kenyan business landscape. So, whether you're a budding entrepreneur or just curious about who's making a splash in the Kenyan business world, this video is for you. Let's dive in.
Start off at number 10, the Nyachae family.
He began with a little bakery and has amassed billions with his Sansora holdings. He has made investments in agriculture, industry, Kenyan insurance, banking, real estate, transportation, and telecommunications. He owns Australia's largest ranch, as well as tea farms in Zimbabwe and South Africa. Hence, makes it to our list of the top 10 richest families in Kenya. They are worth a minimum of $100 million. Coming in at number 9, Kibaki family. Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki was a Kenyan politician who served as the third president of Kenya from 2002 to 2013. He had previously held various cabinet positions and served as vice president under President Daniel Arap Moi. He also served as an opposition member of parliament and leader of the official opposition before being elected as president in 2002. The Kibaki family is one of the wealthiest in Kenya. He diversified his money in several fields after becoming Kenya's third president and an economist. The family has made investments in a variety of industries, including tourism, banking, real estate, agriculture, and others. The family's net worth is presently estimated to be $50 million. Now at number 8, SK Macharia family. Samuel Kamau Macharia, also known as SK Macharia, is a Kenyan businessman and the founder and chairman of Royal Media Services, the largest private radio and television network in Eastern Africa. He is known for his wealth and influence in the media industry, and has been recognized in Forbes and other publications as a prominent African entrepreneur. He has received various awards, including the 2015 Eastern Africa Ernst & Young Entrepreneur Lifetime Achievement Award. The SK family, one of Kenya's top 10 wealthiest families by 2019, is one of the few that owns helicopters. SK Macharia founded Madha Paper International Kenya Limited, Kenya's first tissue paper manufacturer, in 1976. Rosy was the company's major product, although Madha Paper was also marketed later. Other assets owned by this wealthy family include real estate, agriculture, transportation, and banking, among others. They are worth a minimum of $150 million. Number 7, the Chandaria family. Manilo Premchand Chandaria is a Kenyan businessman of Indian descent who is a senior member of the Comcraft Group of companies, a billion-dollar enterprise with a presence in over 40 countries. He is on the board of several prominent East African companies and is a noted philanthropist. He has won many awards for his entrepreneurial endeavors and has been honored with the Order of the British Empire, OBE, by Queen Elizabeth II and the Elder of the Burning Spear by former President Mwai Kibaki, one of the highest civilian honors in Kenya. He is regarded as one of Kenya's leading industrialists. He is one of Kenya's wealthiest persons. He has made investments in industries such as manufacturing, insurance, transportation, banking, real estate, and telecommunications. They are worth a minimum of $270 million. Number 6, the Odinga family. Raila Amolo Odinga is a Kenyan politician and businessman who served as the Prime Minister of Kenya from 2008 to 2013. He is the leader of the opposition in Kenya since 2013. He has contested for President of Kenya 5 times and lost. He ran as a candidate for different parties such as National Development Party, NDP, Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, Coalition for Reforms and Democracy, CORD, National Super Alliance, NASA, and Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party respectively. After losing his last election, he called for mass protests against the president-elect Ruto. Raila is one of Kenya's top 10 wealthiest politicians, with a net worth of $2.3 billion. The family owns the East African Spectre Company, which produces liquid petroleum and gas cylinders as well as Pan-African Petroleum Industrial Services. Number 5, Philip Ndegwa family. Philip Ndegwa was a former governor of Kenya's central bank and an economist. According to accounts, he was the first Kenyan to amass a fortune of over $1 billion. He was undeniably one of the country's richest men. The family has invested in a variety of significant economic sectors, including real estate, banking and insurance, agriculture, and a variety of other ventures. The family also owns the bulk of shares in the Nick Bank, with a stake of up to 25%. James and Andrew Ndegwa were his 2 sons. The family's net worth is estimated to be $1.2 billion. Number 4, Kenyatta family. The Kenyatta family is the family of Jomo Kenyatta, the first president of Kenya, who was born Kamau wa Muigai and served as the Prime Minister and President of Kenya from 1963 to 1978. He was born into the dominant Kikuyu culture and became a prominent interpreter of Kikuyu traditions through his book Facing Mount Kenya. He changed his name several times throughout his life, eventually adopting Jomo, which means burning spear in Kikuyu, and Kenyatta from a Maasai word for a bead belt he often wore. His son Uhuru Kenyatta, who he had late in life, served as the 4th president of Kenya from 2013 to 2022. This is the family of the nation's founding father. According to our study, the family has enough land to cover the whole province of Nyanza. Agriculture, banking, tourism, mining, transportation, energy, real estate, telecommunications, and insurance are among the businesses in which the family has invested. This is another that had to make it into our list of top 10 richest families in Kenya. They are worth a minimum of $1 billion. Number 3, Biwott family. Nicholas Biwott is one of Kenya's top 10 billionaires, so his family definitely secures a spot on the list of richest families in Kenya. The 77-year-old businessman died in 2014. His family owns the Yaya Center, a Nairobi commercial mall, and Livia Limited. Biwott's family owns property outside of the nation, allowing them to amass vast sums of money. It features one of Australia's largest ranches as well as Israel's largest hostels. This family is worth $1 billion. Number 2, Kirabai family. Christopher John Kirabai was a Kenyan businessman, entrepreneur, and industrialist. He was a director of Senham Investment Company, a business conglomerate, and the largest individual shareholder. According to the Forbes annual ranking of Africa's richest people in 2011, Kirabai was ranked the 2nd richest man in Kenya and 31st richest in Africa with a net worth of $301 million. He chaired several companies including DHL Express Kenya Limited, Hako Industries Kenya Limited, Kirana International Limited, International House Limited, Nairobi Bottlers Limited, Sandvik East Africa Limited, and 98.4 Capital FM. He was also a non-executive director of Bayer East Africa Limited, WAP Provincial Insurance Company Limited, and Beverage Services of Kenya Limited. He passed away in 2021 after a long battle with cancer. The family owns a large amount of land in Nairobi, notably the Two Rivers Mall. Still, they are the 2nd richest family in Kenya. Finally, our number 1, Moi family. Daniel Toroitich arap Moi was the 2nd president of Kenya, serving from 1978 to 2002. He was the longest serving president of Kenya. Prior to that, he served as the 3rd vice president under President Jomo Kenyatta. Moi was born into the Tugen subgroup of the Kalenjin people in the Kenyan Rift Valley. He studied at the Africa Inland Mission School, and trained as a teacher at the Tambok Teachers Training College, working as a teacher until 1955. He then entered politics and was elected a member of the Legislative Council for Rift Valley. The Moi family is one of the richest families in Kenya. Their assets are dispersed around the globe. Gideon, retired President Moi's youngest son, is a shareholder in Kent Ship, Maritime, Sealay Properties Limited, Giant Holdings Limited, Revic Limited, Sudbury Limited, Sudbury Investments, Giant Forex Bureau, Westfield International Limited, Chesco Limited, Homestead Enterprises, Matipso Services Limited, and Maternity, according to reliable sources. Eagle Airlines, Shamushan Company, Fresh Produce Limited, Sinyan Freight, CarTrack Kenya Limited, First American Bank, Equatorial Bank, the Sasson Group of Farms, and Cable and Wireless are all owned by the family. Believe it or not, the Mois are the engineers in the duty-free firm, the tobacco farm in Malawi, Chester House, and Safaricom. According to several reports, Mois own Asian Roses, Mugoya Construction, Equity Stockbrokers, First Force Security Services, Regent Management, Gyro Bank, Taurino Enterprises, and Safariland Club are among the companies involved. The Mois make it first into our list of top 10 richest families in Kenya. They are said to be worth a maximum of $3 billion. Keep in mind that wealth and success are not the only measures of a person's worth or contributions to society. These individuals have had a significant impact on Kenya's economy and business landscape, but it is important to also consider their impact on society and the environment. Thank you for taking the time to read and learn about these figures, and please feel free to reach out if you have any further questions or comments. Like, share and subscribe too.